So I'm back in downtown Toronto at the House of Salgado for my first fitting. And now that my suit is half done, we're gonna head over to Antonacci with the founder of the House of Salgado to find out how we got to this point.
What you are going to see today is the workshop where the suits for House of Salgado are made. And everything is cut individually and for the customer. And I would like to show you exactly how the whole thing is done. It's a process which is it's very sophisticated, but with a good result. It shows a big difference between a custom-made suit and a ready-to-wear or so-called made-to-measure.
Once they create the master pattern, they use the form to cut the custom fabric.
Now, what she is doing in here is marking where the dart goes and where the pockets goes, you know. So when it goes to the operator, he knows what to do. Now, this leg you can see there, it's the suit already cut. Now she's going to pick up the lining and cut the lining for the fronts. All these linings are here, you know, and the sleeves, and get it ready, roll it up, as you can see there, and get it ready for the other department that is going to put them together, okay?
When they have assembled the rough suit, it moves to the lining stage.
What is important here to understand is the construction of the garment. This right here is a canvas that is put together by stitches with the original woolen. Now, that is the difference between putting a canvas, which has been the traditional type of making a suit, or putting a glue front. When you glue the front with another thing, you don't need the skill, because it's glued together and that's it. Or what they do, then put a little piece in here, they call this a chest piece, that's all, okay? But this one is done, put all together, and you can see that is all stitching, because have to be the skill of putting the two layers together without bubbling, without anything, so it looks nice and smooth.
Here it ships to the customer, and you see it in the form that I'm wearing today. Then they ship it back to Antonacci for recut.
Frank is going to use this to do because all the recutting really happens in this part of the body. The rest just follow natural, okay? So now Frank is going to look at this jacket in here. Now, this jacket in here, for what I can see, first of all, they want less shoulders, and you can see a little chop mark there.
Once it leaves the recutting stage, the whole jacket is completely rebuilt with the new measurements.
See, from there, it comes here. This lining and all is ready for him, okay? She had just to put it now, and now he has to be very careful. Here it is, see? That is the process of finishing the suit now.
Then the final touches are added. Lining, buttons, and pressing. And finally, the finished product is shipped back to the House of Salgado. So I'm really excited because this is the first time that I get to see my suit in a suit form. So Mr. Salgado is here with it, and I can't believe that just a few short days ago, this was a piece of fabric lying on a table, and now I get to actually put it on and see it on myself. This beautiful fabric that is made from Dormé, and we're actually going to be talking to the national sales manager from Dormé, Mark Leader, right now.
It's a very unique company because we've been around since 1842. So we've been dressing captains of industry, professional athletes, celebrities, and connoisseurs of fine clothing now for 170 years. We go as far back as the British textile trade. We go throughout the world trying to procure the most exclusive, the rarest type of fabrics from certain animals, and then we weave it, we put it into the finest cloth worldwide. So we have very unique products. Back in the day, they used to, you know, there was different ways that they kind of classified them. Some of them used to be the blood, so the blood of the animal would be determined how expensive the cloth would be. But they moved to different standards, and basically now we use a Super 80 to Super 240 range. So the finer the actual thread is, the higher the number is going to be, which means the rarer it's going to be. The cloth that Chris selected for his bespoke suit is he chose an Amadeus 365. This particular fabric can be worn 365 days a year, which is great for most men who wear suits. They can wear it through every season. And the way we design the fabric is that it's a very compact weave. So it's a light fabric, but we put so much weave into it that it makes it actually feel very heavy, and it drapes very well. Anything that drapes well is going to have very few wrinkles in it. Creating one of the most high-quality fabrics on the market is really important, but there's two sides to making a great bespoke suit. One of them is you need the highest quality fabric you could get, a fabric that's going to have good dimensional stability, that's going to last a good amount of time. But the other thing that's very important too is you also have to have it made by somebody who also has those same standards. So that's where Antonacci fits in. They are one of the highest standard cut, make, and trim suit makers in the world.
Well, there you have it. From a sheet of fabric laying on a table to something I can actually wear on my back. This is the final fitting process. It's gonna go back, get some recutting, and the next time we see it, it is going to be perfect. Make sure you tune in for part 3.
Thanks, and that's all for this week's show. We hope you've enjoyed all things fashion. Stay tuned next week.